Hello everybody, Gigi from Gigi Yoga here. Welcome back. It is day 2 of the 12 Days of Christmas Yoga Challenge. Today we're going to move a little bit more and we're working more into the hips and the hamstrings. So if you've got some tight hips going on, don't worry, I've got you. So a bit more of a yang flow today, and we'll simmer it back down a little bit more tomorrow. Let's get started. So my loves, we're actually going to start standing today. Unusual for me, I know. So come to stand all the way at the top of your mat. And straight away we're going to start getting into these hamstrings. So first of all, let's take a moment. Coming into mountain pose, the feet are either hip width apart or they're flush together, yogi's choice. But make sure you're tucking the tailbone slightly under, opening up the palms, lifting the chest, roll the shoulders just slightly down the back body, lifting the chin, belly towards spine. And all of that at the same time, you make sure that you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose or mouth, yogi's choice. Just breathing for a couple of rounds. And out. One more, breathe in. Lengthened sigh out. Okay, open up the eyes. So, you're going to lift through the chest, lift through the chin, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, nice and tall. And as you exhale, I want you to drop the arms, tuck the chin towards the chest and start to roll it down. So really slowly, really heavy, gentle bend in the knees, bringing the hands towards the ground. If your hands drop down to the ground, then great, good for you. But if they don't, it's all good. You can just hang here. Here is just as valid. Just rounding through the spine. Starting to warm up the backs of the legs. And then rolling all the way back up. So make sure that you're bending into the knees. You might feel a slight activation in your bum muscles. I certainly do. Rolling all the way up. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Inhale, and as you exhale, again, dropping chin towards chest. Rolling all the way down. Make yourself super heavy. It's almost like you're holding weights in your hands. Like a really lazy version of a deadlift if you're into your gym stuff. And then rolling all the way back up. And this should feel really lovely on the spine as well, to roll up and down like this. One more round, inhale. And as you exhale, chin towards chest, roll it all the way down. Oh yeah, feel those hamstrings start to loosen up. This time, when you're at the bottom, feel free to maybe straighten your knees a little bit more, but you don't have to at all. Getting into a bit of a deeper forward fold. Okay, from here, we're going to do some halfway lifts. So this is usually a transitional movement, right? We don't give it much thought, but we're going to think about it here. So on your inhale, we're going to come into a halfway lift. So this could be figs on the ground for you. It could be to the shins. It could be to the tops of the thighs. Whichever version you are, the elbows are staying nice and close. So we're not dumping into the hands far apart. And you're getting a nice straight spine. So as opposed to a forward fold where you feel your spine slumping over a little bit, you really want to straighten and lengthen here. Inhale. And as you exhale, fold back down. Maybe you have a gentle bend in the knees. Again, inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, see if you can straighten your legs out a little bit more. And exhale, all the way down. One more, inhale. And exhale down. Beautiful, great job. Bring the hands down to the ground, step it back to a plank pose, full plank here, nice long straight line. Heels are aiming towards the back of the mat, shining your elbow creases forward. And then lower the knees down, lower the chest down. Inhale, lift up to a cobra. And exhale, we're pressing back to a tabletop position. So set yourself up nicely here. Bring the hands underneath the shoulder points. The knees are underneath the hip points. Tug your belly towards your spine. Couple of cat-cows here. Here we go. Inhale. Drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the bum. And exhale. Round everything in, let the head drop. And again, inhale, nice and fluid. Scoot the chest forward. And exhale, round it in. One more time, inhale. And exhale, round it in. Okay, come to your tabletop position. Let's activate the bum. So you're going to reach your right knee all the way back. Nice bend in the knee here. Keeping both hips facing down towards the ground. And we're going to take some circles here. So you're going to bring that knee back down to meet the other. Then open up the hip. Open up the hip. Round and down. Beautiful. 5 rounds. 5. 4. Try and press into both hands equally. 3. 2. And 1. Okay, swap your direction. So you're going back and up first and round. Might feel a bit funky. 4. Make sure you're not dumping into your hands too much. 3. 2. You're doing really well. Last one. 1. Yes. Just bump the hips side to side. If you need to come off the wrist for a moment, you're welcome to do that too. And let's take that on the other side. So lifting the left knee, make sure you're setting yourself up so that the hips are facing down towards the ground. And here we go, down the knee goes and up and round. 2. So really exaggerated big circles, really getting into that hip mobility and some glute activation too. 2 more circles. And 1, okay, and swap the direction. So we're going up and back first. Again, might feel a bit strange. It might take a moment. If you feel yourself falling off balance, squeezing belly towards spine. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful job. And just take a moment, take it back to child's pose, stretch those bums out. There's bum cheeks out. Geraldine. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Okay, come up to your tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, downward facing dog. Back we go. So this is your first one of the practice. So pedal out the knees, one by one. Get nice and warm into those hamstrings, into the calves, whatever you need to do. Maybe you waggle your hips, wag your tail. And then when you're ready, pressing the heels down towards the ground, taking a moment of stillness. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, reach the right leg all the way up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Dial the toes down, even if it means that you're not opening up through the hip as much. If you're not giving the leg as high, doesn't matter. And then start to shift forward, shift forward until you come to your low lunge. Bring the back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, settle in. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Inhale, reach up energetically through the hands. And exhale, building on what we did yesterday. half splits again, stacking bum over knee, flex the toes towards the face. We're not lingering here. Come back to your low lunge. Keep the hands on the ground, but you're going to take both hands to the inside of the right foot. This time we're headed towards lizard. Heel toe that foot out towards the outer edge of the mat, and then you can spill the toe slightly off the mat as well. The foot can be a little bit turned out. Inhale here, scoop the chest forward. And as you exhale, walk your hands the opposite way. So your right foot is towards the right edge of the mat. You're going to walk your hands towards the left. Think almost downward dog with those arms. And enjoy that stretch in the right hip. It might feel intense. Understand the difference between pain and discomfort. A bit of discomfort is natural. Pain isn't. If you're feeling pain, back off. One more breath in. And out. Okay, walk the hands back towards center. Plant the left palm, reach the right palm all the way up towards the sky. And then bring the hand down, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step that foot back to a plank pose and lift the hips up and high. Inhale and exhale. Okay, nice and easy. Let's take that on the other side. So reach the left leg all the way up to the sky. And exhale, knee through to the nose and then planting the foot down between the hands, taking the back knee down. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up to the sky. Real energy through these fingers. And exhale, sink in. Make sure that you're not arching your back too much. You still want some activation here in the belly. Inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, fingertips come down. Sit it back. Stacking knee over, knee under bum. Flex the toes towards the face. And exhale, hinge it forward again. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. And then heel toe that foot to the outside edge of the mat, letting the toes spill off. Coming into lizard here. Inhale to scoop the chest forward. And as you exhale, walk the hands over towards the right side. Walking mine towards my little wooden reindeer. Deep breath in. Enjoy that stretch through the arms as well as through the hips. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, last inhale. Let's move back in towards the mat. Plant the right palm down. Lift the left palm all the way up towards the sky. Really twisting, opening up through the chest. And then bring the hand down. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Step it back to your plank. And then lift the hips up and back towards your downward facing dog. Really, really pressing into the palms here. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Okay, let's keep going. So right foot all the way up towards the sky. Press that heel out. And exhale, we're coming towards a high crescent lunge, okay? So you're going to keep the back knee lifted for this one. The heel is up. Really bend into this front leg, and then you can always wiggle the toes back if you want a wider stance. Reach the arms up, both hips are facing forward, so squeeze the inner thighs towards each other. If you feel a bit wobbly in your ankle, it's okay. Inhale here, and exhale, tone the bum cheeks, really squeeze. We're going to tap the knee down 3 times, so getting nice and strong in the bum cheeks and the glutes here. It's what we want, right? Here we go. Tap the knee down. Inhale. And exhale back up. And again, inhale. And exhale up. One more inhale. I'm shaking a bit here. And exhale. Bend into this back knee. Trust yourself, okay? Bend into this back knee. You're going to step towards the front of the mat with the knee up towards the chest. Here we go. And if it took a couple of steps to get there, it's okay. Readjust, find yourself in this position. And then bring the hands towards the knee. Really, really squeeze this knee in towards the chest. Active foot. Squeeze that supporting leg. Nice and tense, and then lift the chest, so no slouching in here to try to get the pose. If you need to just take that knee a little bit lower, totally okay. And then we're going to open out here, so just keeping the left hand on the knee. Bring the right hand to the hip, keep the hips facing forward. It's just the knee that's going to go out, okay? So a bit of external rotation. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bring that knee back towards the midline and step it all the way back. See if you can do it without stepping those toes down in between. Whew, that was a bit of a wobbly one for me. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. And exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe that foot out to your lizard position. Inhale, keep the back knee lifted if you can. If you want to take it down, totally okay. And if you are able to get your forearms down, now's the time. If you can't, it's okay. Something to work towards, right? One breath in, one breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Come back onto your hands. Plant the left palm. Reach, reach, reach. Bow and arrow. Right arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, plant the palm down, step it back, this time taking a vinyasa, so either bringing the knees down or keeping them up. Lower down to the belly, and then up to either an upward facing dog or a cobra. Inhale, and exhale, take it back to down dog. Oh, it's getting warm in here. I only have myself to blame. Let's take all of that on the other side. So reaching the left leg all the way up to the sky, dial those toes down. And exhale, bring that left knee in towards the chest, plant the left foot down, back heel is lifted, back knee is lifted, reach the arms all the way up to the sky, and settle the hips down. Let's take those knee taps in high crescent lunge. Here we go. Inhale, tap it down. And exhale, straighten out. Inhale, tap down. And exhale, straighten out. One more time, inhale. And exhale, beautiful job. Be brave here, you've got this. If you stumble, if you wobble, it's okay. Bending into the back knee, spot where you're going, believe in it, and step towards the front. Bring that knee in towards the chest, and at the same time, you're lifting your chest, you're looping your shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale, slow your heart rate with your breath. You've got the power. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, right hand stays on right knee, left hand comes to left waistline, and start to open up. Make sure that you're not carrying your hips with you. They keep facing forwards. If you have a mirror or a window in front of you, you should really be able to see this. One more breath in. And as you exhale, bring that knee back to center. And here we go. See if you can do it without tapping the foot down in between, stepping it all the way back into your high crescent. Reach your arms up super strong. And exhale, bring both hands down to the inside of the left foot. You can wiggle these right toes back to get a wider stance. Heel toe the left foot out towards the left side of the mat. And if you can fold down, now's the time. Hugging that left thigh towards your left arm, okay? So you don't want it to be dropping out too much. That's not the pose we want today. Really hugging that knee in. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, come back up. Plant the right palm. Reach, 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 bow and arrow. Take it slow. Reaching that left arm up towards the sky. Plant the palms. Step it back and taking one vinyasa here. Inhale, lift the chest, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, take it back. Downward dog, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Slowing everything down now. Inhale. And exhale. Enjoy that one more time. And exhale. Okay, bringing the knees down at the same time. Take your time until they both land on the mat. Great job. I'm just going to turn to face you, just so you can better see what my limbs are doing. So you're going to reach your left, yes, your left leg back. Okay, so reach your left leg back, toes are on the ground, you can seesaw on that calf, a little bit rocking back and forth. Should feel really yummy on the calf actually, especially if you're a runner. I always think yoga is so good for runners. And then you're going to draw a quarter circle with this left leg all the way round towards your left, okay? So keep that circle going, keep the toes on the ground until the foot is flat down on the ground, the leg is shooting straight out from the hip, yeah? So you've got this sort of half stance going on here. Inhale to lift the chest, stick the bum out. And exhale, you can come down onto your forearms if you wish. The more that you push your bum back, the more that you're going to feel a little bit more sensation into that inner thigh groin area. So yogi's choice, wherever you're at today. You can even pulse it back and forth a little bit, just be gentle about it. Okay, come back up onto the hands. Bring that foot back in. We're going to take it on the other side. So take this time the right foot back, seesaw back and forth. And then take that quarter circle, painting the mat, painting the floor with your foot. Then planting the sole of the foot down. Really think about pressing into this outer edge here. Inhale to scoop the chest forward. Think cow pose. And as you exhale, round in. You might just want to stay in your hands, but you may also want to come down to your forearms. So I'm going to give you the choice. And again, you can rock back and forth or you can stay in stillness. Okay, come back onto your hands and bring that foot back in. We're going to come into shoestring, shoelace, loads of different names for it. So you want to be crossing your right knee over your left knee. I'll just turn around to show you, like so. Okay, so you're crossing one knee over the other, and then bring your feet nice and wide. So you're widening the stance of your feet here, and then very gently, ever so gently, start to walk your bum back. So it's sitting down between the 2 feet. Now this in itself, quite intense, right? You're going to really feel it on the outside of your thighs, into those glutes, maybe also into your knees. It's quite a lot on your knees here. If this is a little bit too much, you're very welcome to take a cobbler's pose, or you can take a fire log pose, stacking the legs one on top of the other like so. The knee is very welcome to stay up. You can hug it and gently it'll come down in time. But if you're in shoestring with me, shoelace, cow facing legs, million names, we are here, okay? So as I said, you're very welcome to stay upright, holding the feet, sitting nice and tall. Already for me, this is a lot. I do a lot of intense workouts, so I need to remember to stretch my hips more often, for sure. But if you want a little bit more sensation, You can start to walk the fingertips forward, even maybe bringing the palms down. Eventually with time, maybe bringing the forearms down. Drop the head towards the knees. Breathe deeply. Breathe into those bits that feel tense. Breathe into those parts that feel sore. I always say this in my hip-related classes, but there's a lot of research about how emotions are stored in the hips, which is why we feel so much tension in the hips a lot of the time. By doing these very intense stretches, you may find yourself feeling quite teary-eyed and vulnerable. You're not weird. I mean, you might be, but not for that reason. It's normal. So just let it be. You don't have to fight that. Okay, to come out of this, quite simply, we're going to come back from where we came from. So start to walk the hands forward, and cross the legs. Coming back to your tabletop position, give yourself a cheeky little moment to rebound here. So if that's bumping the hips side to side, I like to take some Shakira circles. Feels quite nice, just to loosen everything back up again. And when you are ready, you're going to take it on exactly the other side. So exactly the same thing again. We've been here before, we know what to do. So crossing your left leg, your left knee over the right knee this time. So opposite way round. Or whichever way is the opposite way to which you did. Start to walk the hands back, take your time, be careful, be mindful. You're going to get one set. You're going to get one set of knees, but my hand says you get 2 sets of knees. Such a dork. Okay, knees stack on top of each other. Shut up, Geraldine. Lift the chest. And if you want, you can stay here. If not, you're folding in, and I'm going to stop the chitter chatter. Okay, coming out the way that you came in. So rolling yourself forward, walk the hands forward, uncross the legs, take your rebound movements, whatever they are. So again, I'm going to take my little Shakira Beyonce moment over here. Ah, floor's creaking. Okay, and when you've done that, swing the legs around. And we're just going to take a brief seated forward fold before we go down to our backs. So reach your arms up high all the way up to the sky. And as you exhale, folding forwards. So gentle reminder here that this is just as valid as what I just did. You can have bent knees. In fact, if you're really struggling and grabbing for your feet, I would much rather you bend the knees and had a much straighter spine. And then start to drop the head in, enjoy. And in this moment, find yourself grateful for stepping towards your mat, even if it was hard. There are a million different pressures on us in this day and age, especially with technology. So I'm so glad that you chose me. Start to roll all the way up. And then we're coming all the way down to our backs. So hold on to the backs of the legs. Roll, roll, rolling down the river onto your back. And then we're coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. So reclined cobblers, open up the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. A nice passive stretch for the hips. You can bring the hands to the hip points, or one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. And just feel the movement of your belly as you breathe in and the belly rises, and you breathe out and the belly falls. I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you feel grateful for today? I personally am grateful for this beautifully decorated tree, if I say so myself, just next to my head. But it doesn't have to be a grateful thought related to Christmas. Just enjoying the stillness is often the most difficult part for a lot of people who are used to being on the go constantly. Challenge yourself just to be here, be you. I'm going to stay here for my Shavasana. You have the option to do so also. Or if you want to come into traditional Shavasana, you are also very welcome to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave you here, but try and stay for a little bit longer if you can. Enjoy and appreciate the time for rest. Namaste. I'll see you tomorrow.